What is it like? Like all this, people used to, the left was in love with you.
Yeah.
And now the same idiots are calling you a Nazi. It's the most...
What's going on, you guys? Today we have David Pakman slamming Joe Rogan for having Elon Musk just completely spaz out on his podcast. I'm giving my commentary. Let's watch.
Elon Musk suffered a total collapse on the Joe Rogan podcast. The topic of the Nazi salute came up. The topic of Social Security came up. The topic of Elon being assassinated came up. And this is about as bad as you could imagine it being. Let's start with Joe Rogan saying, how could it be that you buy Twitter for billions and then people call you a Nazi? And Elon explains he is definitely not a Nazi.
When you're going through all this USAID stuff, like, here's what's weird. First of all, what is it like to buy a company for $44 billion and then people call you a Nazi on that same thing that you bought?
I did not see it coming.
Isn't that funny?
It's classic.
So funny. Rogan's just in stitches.
People will gobble anything down.
Yeah. Oh, he's never going to stop.
Wait. What
is it like? Like all this, people used to, the left was in love with you.
Yeah.
And now the same idiots are calling you a Nazi. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my life.
You know, one of the things they love talking about is people used to think one thing about you, and now they've changed what they think, and that's crazy. But sometimes the opinions of people change based on what the person does. Elon used to be this sort of doofusy, awkward, kind of antisocial tech guy who dramatically accelerated electric vehicles by his actions at Tesla, and so on and so forth. And so we saw him as a kind of benign guy who was doing some good things. Now, all of a sudden, he's wrapped up in political extremism. He's getting involved in all sorts of, he said something about how his son died because of the woke mind virus, all this crazy stuff. And so, yes, it is a different Elon Musk. So people's opinion of him have changed.
And at the very end of the day, you're just going to have this guy, Elon Musk, completely disappear off the face of the earth. You're not hearing anything about him now that he knows where the U.S. is heading, what direction they're going in. And he's already just taken all the money that he made, milked the cow. He completely dismantled the empire, just like took away money from all these different programs, still getting money, obviously, for SpaceX and all these other things involved, working with Peter Thiel, involved with getting all the information from everyone. Again, like what I'm saying, just milking everyone clean, and now you're not going to hear a word from him. Just basically got in, did some right-wing grifting, and then, found his way out.
That's not crazy.
I mean,
there's so many examples of people saying my heart goes out to you.
Sure,
you did it with a little enthusiasm that probably wouldn't be recommended with hindsight.
Yes, but I was obviously meant in the most positive spirit possible.
Yes,
yeah,
obviously. But it's so strange where people want to think that you are openly publicly doing secret Nazi Sieg Heil hand motion.
It's openly, publicly, secretly. Openly, publicly, secretly.
And now I can never point at things diagonally. I can only point at things there and there. And then so you have to divide that.
Yeah.
Because that's where the spaceship is, over there. And it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
When CNN, when I was in all my trouble.
Absurd.
Every time CNN used a photo of me, it was one of the photos from the UFC weigh-ins, where I go like this, welcome to the weigh-ins. So every photo is me. Every photo is me with...
It's absurd.
It's so crazy.
Well, it's deliberate propaganda.
Yes.
So that they know it was obviously not meant in a negative way, that I literally said, my heart goes out to you, and it was very positive. The entire speech was...
All right, so it's all cool, but then more substantively, Elon drops this bomb about how Social Security is a Ponzi scheme. Listen to what he had to say.
Well, I mean, the government's one big pyramid scheme, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, you can tell me better than anybody.
Social Security is the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time.
Right, explain that.
Oh, so, well, people pay into Social Security, and the money goes out of Social Security immediately, but the obligation for Social Security is your entire retirement career.
Oh boy.
So you're paying with you're paying like if you look at the future obligations of Social Security, it far exceeds the tax revenue. Far. Have you ever looked at the debt?
Elon is so incoherently explaining this that I'm just going to take over. So he says Social Security is a Ponzi scheme because the money that's paid in by the people still working immediately comes out. Now, a Ponzi scheme would be there's really no money invested. Okay, so the way a Ponzi scheme works would be investor number one invests $1 million and you think that it's invested in a mutual fund, for example, and it's not, right? Just like the people running this fund are just taking the money. The next person comes in and invests $2 million. And then when the first investor wants to pull their money out, their supposed earnings come out of that $2 million that the second investor put in, but there's never really any underlying investments. Like
the only thing that I actually liked Elon Musk speaking his mind on is whenever he mentioned that the reason the Epstein files are not coming out is because Donald Trump's in them. I liked how that quickly just got dismantled, misdirected again to where it's like, oh, look at this war now, look what we're into. And oh, by the way, it's going to be very, very difficult for us to have elections given that we're going to have this war. So then, oh wait, I might be getting ahead of myself. No, yeah, Trump's not going for a third term just yet, but let's just keep on seeing how this plays out. Actually, like as an American people, be sure to keep an eye out on what's going to be going on in the next few years.
It eventually collapses when there aren't enough new investors to pay the returns. That's a Ponzi scheme. It's a very defined type of scam. Social Security is a pay-as-you-go system. So that's what Elon is kind of getting at here. Current workers pay into it, and that funds benefits for current retirees. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It's not designed to generate profits. It's just a system based on the full faith and credit of the U.S. government. The U.S. government has the authority to tax. It has the authority to borrow. It's not a secret that it's pay as you go. Social Security is designed to be self-sustaining over time. Now, the issue we are coming up against is that as more people retire, if you have more retirees relative to workers, you can have an insolvent or partially insolvent Social Security trust fund. Right now, if nothing is done, right? This is if you do nothing, the trust fund would be depleted in the mid-2030s. That's if you make no changes. But it would still be able to meet 75 to 80% of scheduled benefits. So it would be depleted in terms of accumulated money, but everybody would still be able to get 80% of their promised benefits. It's not a collapse, it's just a shortfall. Now, with some small adjustments, we've talked about a slight raise to the cap. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. You solve the problem. That's not a Ponzi scheme. It's the system as designed with a growing imbalance of workers to retirees, which needs to be addressed. Not the Ponzi scheme that Elon makes it out to be. Now, at another moment during this interview, they spoke to Grock. Grock is the Twitter AI chatbot, sort of version of ChatGPT. Very funny stuff.
Lever? No, she's just a pain in my ass.
Yes.
Are you a fucking conspiracy theorist?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Isn't that funny? It's really, really funny stuff. And finally, Elon Musk says some of the stuff he's up to, some of the stuff he's talking about, it could get him assassinated.
And what other methods?
I mean, this is really going to get me assassinated. It's like I'm not lengthening my lifespan by explaining this stuff, to say the least.
Yeah, give me all that horse crap another day. It's very clear that this is all, again, just like playing into the right wing. Oh, yes, people are out to get me. This is going to, tear me down. Somebody is out here. I'm not going to say who, but, if I say something right now, I'm going to be the one that's going to get assassinated. It's the same thing that Trump did whenever I believe full on now that it's like that he's full on just faked that whole assassination thing, that was just a ploy to get more American people on his side. I think that you have more and more people that are saying stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it's like, oh, Yeah, the powers that be are going to be the ones that are going to assassinate me. And it's like, you mean your boss? Like the ones that you guys are getting paid off by 100%? Like it feels so theatrical from here on out.
I mean, I was supposed to go back to DC. How am I going to survive? This fucker's going to kill me for sure. In fact, I do think like it's like, I actually have to be careful that I don't push too hard on the corruption stuff because it's going to get me killed.
Right. If he really, this is why he won't be able to root out corruption, because he's ready to do it. He's ready to do it, but they'll kill him.
And at the end of the day, I mean, he's just going to say, what is on his mind, like a true, he's sort of out here and he doesn't really pay attention to social cues. I'm not going to make fun of him for that, but he will say what's on his mind, even if it is misinformed. And he's going to say, look, I have people that are trying to kill me. And even if that was the case, dude, it's like, so that means that you're just going to bow down. Like, that seems like you're just reinforcing this idea that there is an oligarchy, that there is somebody who is running the shots, who doesn't want you to do what you have to do, and it's you're complying with it. Like, your people put you in a place of position. They put you like, oh, you're going to be the one to do it. And then you have the ability to do it, but you just don't, you're still going to coward it out. Like, it doesn't make sense. Whoever supports Elon Musk, what is your argument? Like, if anyone's watching this video, if you support Elon Musk, what is your argument? Because he seems pretty non-American to me. You see something, you see an establishment, you see some that is like taken over, and you're not going to do some Boston Tea Party shit. You're not going to fucking just say risk it. Like, hey, risk it for the greater picture. And we don't have anyone like that in office. We don't have anyone whatsoever who is willing to call out the powers that be, to work directly against the powers that be without them getting completely, just without them cowering out. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's another day in the progressive way.